Exciting times are going on right here at the King's Court. I am the KingFanMan. I am joined with my co-host, the legendary Joey Caps Gaming. How are you doing, Joey?
I'm stupendous, King. How are you?
I'm doing great. And those exciting times are that a brand new game, well, it feels like a brand new game anyway, is about to come out. We are days away from the launch of Wastelanders.
Oh my gosh! It's like it's a brand new Fallout game.
It is a brand new Fallout game.
That's the feel right now, that it's a brand new Fallout game. If you're a huge Fallout fan, how can you not be excited?
It is.
How can you not?
It is a brand new game because Jeff Garner even said all new content is going to be based on the Wastelanders game. So this is a brand new base game being laid down for Fallout 76. And we are recording this, just so you know, the day that the new trailer came out, just days away from the launch. So excitement is all around here in our studios anyway, and we know it is for you, the listeners. But we want to talk about where there's not excitement for Wastelanders. I've been noticing a strange trend, Joe, with some out there in the journalistic community that have what I would say a little less than enthusiasm for the upcoming Wastelanders launch. I have noticed a few YouTubers, very famous YouTubers, more than one, more than two. In fact, I've noticed several make statements in the last few days that have literally said that they are not going to give Wastelanders a fair shake. And that is very, very troubling to me.
How can it not be? You know, it's all right. Now, I understand the rap that 76 has. Not everybody's in love with it. It has a very, hardcore fan base. And it's smaller than, let's say, Fallout 4, Skyrim's. It's smaller, but it's there. And now you're talking about adding in NPCs, and everybody who complains about this game wanted that.
Yes.
So now Bethesda's saying, you know what? Here they are. We took a year and a half. Here they are. Let's go. NPCs, new main quest, new everything. Try it out. And all they do is complain about it, and in this case, bash it. And it's really silly.
But when bad reviews come out, and there's going to be some, obviously, people need to know that some of these people were saying they were going to give bad reviews before they even saw the game.
Do you think a lot of it has to do with sour grapes, with not
I don't know
getting an invite to the test server?
Some of the ones that said it were actually there.
In the test server?
Oh, you talking about the PTS? Oh, I thought you meant way back invited to the White Spring.
No, that happened years ago.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I don't even know if they wanted to be a part of the test server. One of the guys actually, in a video, you can go watch it. He made about a 27-minute video, actually said right there for everyone to hear that he couldn't wait to make fun of it in a live stream. So, and again, he hasn't played it yet. Don't know what it's going to be. And this is a guy that's going to review the game. How can you review a game and be honest about the game if that's what you're saying about it before you've even played it?
Yeah, if you have any kind of bias towards it, whether it be good or bad, how can you realistically give anybody a fair review? You can't. All they're doing is looking to kill Bethesda, bury Bethesda. That's all this is.
Well, I've been saying since the beginning, they're going to hate it no matter what Bethesda does. Now, we know Bethesda's made some missteps. We know there's been missteps in 76, but me and you've been saying 76 has been getting better all along.
With 76, it's been a PR nightmare from the beginning.
No doubt.
It's gotten better, though. It has, and BGS Bethesda has made mistakes, and they have. But just I say this all the time. Look at it like this: Morrowind, was that a good game?
Absolutely.
Oblivion, was that a good game?
Absolutely.
Fallout 3, was that a good game?
Absolutely.
Skyrim, was that a good game?
Woohoo! Yes.
Fallout 4, was that a good game?
It was.
All those BGS games were good games, and you come out, they never put out a bad game. You come out with 76, and you have a very important part missing out of there, which is NPCs. Now you're putting it in. Essentially, it's a brand new game. So now you're putting it in, and it's like, okay, it's pretty much a regular Bethesda game that you could play with friends. BGS game that you could play with friends. What makes you think that this is going to be bad? Now, I'm pretty sure we're going to have some issues with the servers when it comes out. So people are going to be bashing them for that because that's just what they're going to do. But if you look at the sheer content, it's going to be very similar to a regular BGS game. That's just my opinion, King. Well, that's just what I think.
You at least have to stop and give it a chance.
Yeah. Exactly. That's my point. So it returning to its roots with generally being a traditional Bethesda game by having NPCs, by having some towns here and there that you can go and visit. What makes you think that Wastelanders is going to be bad? Look at this, for example. Look at Fallout 4, okay? People complained about that game too. Then Far Harbor came out. They loved it. They said this is what Fallout 4 should have been.
They changed it according to what the fans wanted.
Why can't Wastelanders be that?
Exactly.
So come on.
And the great thing about this is Wastelanders is just the base. As I said in the beginning, this is just the base of what they're going to begin to build off of. Wastelanders is going to be the base game that content is going to start off of. Now you say, well, it's taken a year. They have totally rebuilt the game to be able. Can you imagine what it took to take this game and put NPCs into it so that multiple people can interact with these NPCs at the same time? Now, I'm not a computer whiz, I'm not a game maker, but I cannot imagine what it took to redesign an already functioning game to put NPCs into it.
Yeah, I know. They're pretty much making a brand new game.
They made a brand new game.
This is a new game.
It's a brand new game.
Why do you think it's gonna stink? Why would you prepare yourself to badmouth it? Don't you like Fallout?
Well, but
not you, King. Anybody else? Don't they like Fallout? Don't they like Fallout?
But
why do you want to badmouth it for?
The point is, you have no journalistic integrity if you do that before you review the game.
I don't even care. This is what I care about. Why did you start a channel, King?
Because I love Bethesda, I love Fallout, I love Elder Scrolls.
Same exact reason why I started it.
Yeah.
And now those same people started their channels for the same reason.
Yeah.
And now all they want to do is badmouth this game.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, stop talking about it. Stop. Jeez Louise, it's annoying. Absolutely annoying. Now, King, you probably see me. Do I look red to you?
Yes.
It drives me nuts.
No, you know what I just thought about?
You love Fallout so much. Why? How come it's everything you want to do? There's somebody that I know, you know too, that hated 76. However, they don't talk about it. They moved on. So that's how you feel. Move on.
Yes. No.
Go. My mother-in-law is probably saying, "What's this lunatic screaming about?" But geez, just move on.
In our last podcast, somebody in the comments says, "I love it when Joe loses it." So that's what came to my mind.
Yeah, that should be my shtick, you know.
I think that is your shtick, and you don't even mean for it to be.
Yeah, it's just I'm so passionate about Fallout and just to constantly complain and complain and complain.
Yeah.
Come on, just stop. The you didn't even review it, and you're already saying that you're gonna bash it. Come on.
Well, and we know if you go into it looking to bash it, well, it's kind of like whether you have rose-colored glasses or, excuse the expression, poop-colored glasses. It's going to skew the way the game comes across to you. If you go into it looking for bad things, it's going to be bad. It's just going to be bad. You're going to find every terrible thing about the game. And when you're talking about an online game with internet, there's going to be problems. It may be problems with your internet, or it may be problems with the server, whatever it may be. And with a game like this, you also have to remember the game is not complete. Now, before you start beating up on me, you say, what do you mean? This is a game that is meant to be added to. Again, all they did here is rebuild the base game. This is a game that is meant to continue. I heard somebody talking about there's no end game in Fallout 76. Well, it's not supposed to end yet.
It's just the beginning.
It's supposed to be a 10-year game.
It's that, King. It's not even that though. It's just the beginning.
Exactly.
You drop the nukes to, correct me if I'm wrong, to what? To cleanse, right?
Yeah, you're supposed to be closing the fissures and killing the queen, and that's the end game of the current Fallout 76. Yes.
So, I mean, obviously they were going to come out with DLC. So
me and Texas Weeds was talking about this, and this would be an interesting subject for another podcast. But I do bring it up. I would love to see, because obviously Wastelanders is not the direction that Bethesda was going to go in before all this.
Yeah, no.
I would love to see, with this year or more that they've been working on Wastelanders, I would love to see what Bethesda's direction for Fallout 76 would have been.
That's very interesting. Now that you say it, I guess, I mean, they could still do this, but I wonder if you were going to explore, we've mentioned this a bunch, like Washington, D.C.
Absolutely.
And just go in there and no NPCs, just you and your friends or you alone. I wonder if that's what they were. That's what their plans were.
Well, I guarantee you there would be a lot more content right now. I heard another very famous YouTuber griping the other day. They haven't had new content in a long time. Where are the mods? Where is this? And I'm sitting there thinking, Bethesda has had to change because of what people have griped about. They've been working for a year to add NPCs to the game. It changed everything. Yeah,
and I bet you mods would have came already.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I think me personally, I think private worlds would have been a little different.
Yes.
If
I believe they would have been more involved.
They would have been more involved, and I don't know about a paywall either. I believe that. I don't think there would have been a paywall, but because I don't know. My point is, like what you said, they all of a sudden they probably had this plan to add private servers, add mods, and then all of a sudden everybody was bashing it, want NPCs, and now they got to change course. So they had to scrap all those plans. They're like, okay, we have to fix this right now, and they took a year to do it. Longer, a year and a half almost. They took a while. What did you expect? They took a year and a half. You know, from November 2018 to April 2020. That's a year and a half. So, I mean, they had to start from scratch. That's why we haven't.
But even during that time, they have been updating the game. They have been adding things to the Atomic Shop. They have been adding little things. They have been having
anybody
events,
with a freaking brain could figure that out, though. Why would you complain about no content?
They're going to complain no matter what. They've been working on
something forever. Why are you complaining?
And Joe, another thing,
shoot,
and and maybe Bethesda will listen to this. I think they're going to have to stop listening to the gripers. They're going to have to start listening to the people who are actually playing and enjoying the game. Yeah. And instead of trying to please those who are griping and yelling the loudest, they need to start listening to the people who are actually playing and enjoying the game and give them what they want. Because
I personally,
does that make sense? Because the people who are yelling and griping will never be happy.
Yeah, I think this is Bethesda's last chance to please those fans.
Yeah.
To please those fans who are griping and ripping it to shreds. Now it's like, okay, we have NPCs now. Now what?
And I've already shown you there's going to be reviews that are negative before it even starts.
Yeah, and now what? So then I think they're just going to change course and now start to really focus on their vision for 76 and what they want to do. They had to completely change their vision. That's why it's been so long.
Yep.
That's why it's been so long. They had to completely change their vision. Like, don't people know this? Weren't technically backpacks DLC?
Yeah.
That was all DLC. So technically, they did come out with new content.
Oh, of course they've come out with a lot of new content. Yeah.
Pathetic. Everyone's just pathetic. They're annoying. they're annoying.
Get them, Joe.
I'm just playing around with a freaking tweezer.
Get them,
Joe.
Joe.
They're annoying.
Let me stop this madness for just a moment, and I want to say thank you to our Patreons. This is something Joe started in the podcast. I think it's a great thing we do in the middle of our podcast, just to say thank you to our great Patreons that support us. If it wasn't for my Patreons, I can't speak for Joe, but I wouldn't be on YouTube. They keep me on YouTube. So thank you to my Patreons. And if you are interested in becoming a Patreon, that is how you become a true partner with my channel. I will leave a link, and certainly take care of you and yours first. But if you can spare anything, go check out my Patreon page. Would you like to speak to your Patreons, Joe?
Yeah, honestly, it's such a blessing, and I don't make much, but it's a little something. It helps a lot, and I don't spend my money. So whenever at the first of the month, when I get cha-ching, it piles on every month.
Yeah,
and then I'll go and I'll grant. It's a huge. That's how I have an incredibly expensive mic. How do you think I paid for it? With my Patreon, with money I got from YouTube. That's how. So yeah. Patreons.
You know how I kept the electricity on? My Patreons.
They help so much better my content, and the support. It means the world to me. It means the world. I love seeing, oh, hey, so-and-so became a new Patreon. I love seeing that. So if you donate or you don't, if you're thinking about it, you are a blessing to me, and I thank you up and down. Just thank you. It's a huge blessing.
Amen. Hey, in the closing time that we got in our podcast, let's talk about what we're excited for about Wastelanders. Now, I'm in the PTS, so I can't talk about Wastelanders near as much as you can. You're not in the PTS. So I'm going to ask you, what are you most excited for and looking forward to with the upcoming Wastelanders? What do you think it's going to have, and what gets you the most excited? You saw the trailer today.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So
I think
what's got you the most hyped?
Just being able to go to different towns and being able to go and talk to people, talk to NPCs again. Even though I like 76 for what it is, I did miss that. I really did. So I am happy that NPCs are back. I want to see what they do to different locations. I want to see if a location that was dead, if now has life to it because of the NPCs. That's what I'm most interested in. Now, I know it's been confirmed that certain locations don't have life, let's say, there, but there will be some that do. And I'm very excited to see what Bethesda, what BGS has done with West Virginia. I really am. I can't wait. I wonder I know that you're going to be able to have somebody stay at your camp. Not like a companion, but just someone at your camp, right? To gather the materials and stuff. Am I wrong, or did I dream about this?
I can't say.
But hey, I think his name
Yes,
was
I
Butch.
think Jeff Garner has confirmed that. Yes.
Yeah. So
yes,
I'm just excited. I'm looking at this as a brand new Fallout game. I'm not looking at this as just DLC. This is essentially a brand new game.
It is a brand new base game, absolutely.
I'm sorry if I butcher his name. Einan Zur, is that his name?
Yep.
He came out with a new score.
He sure did.
And you don't do that just for DLC.
No.
You do it for a new game.
Yep.
This is what this is. It's coming to Steam. Bethesda is I think they're going to surprise people, but the one thing that they're going to struggle with probably from the beginning is the servers.
Yeah.
That's the only, and people will beat the heck out of them for that. But hey, I'm excited for the content. I can't wait for the content. I'm excited to walk West Virginia, shoot a couple of raiders instead of scorched all the time. So now this is completely off topic, and you probably know.
Can I say what I'm excited for?
Yeah.
Hold on to that.
Ooh, I'm so sorry.
I can't be specific, but I'm excited for you guys to see the little things. The little things are so exciting in Wastelanders. The little things. So
the little things.
The little details are fabulous.
That's very exciting.
Yes. Okay, now go.
I forgot what I was gonna say, King.
I told you to hold on to it.
I know I forgot. Man, I'm 28 years old and I just completely forgot.
It was because you were paying attention to me. That's why.
I was.
You were paying so close attention to me. That's right.
Yeah. That is true.
Another thing that has me excited for Wastelanders is the future. I believe now that they've put so much attention into this base launch. I also believe that they're already planning ahead for the future and even working on the future. Nobody's thought of this. I haven't even heard anybody talking about this, but I believe we will get a new DLC launch very, very soon. And I hope that makes people go, huh? ESO actually launches new DLCs every quarter. That's every 3 months. And I expect that Fallout 76 will start doing something very similar once they get Wastelanders lined out. Now, we may not get it every 3 months, but I do expect something big to come to Fallout 76 every 3 to 4 months. And that is exciting in the future.
That's very exciting. Now, King, I literally just thought of something.
All right,
content,
good.
Right?
Good.
So we're talking about, I said, hey, it would be nice for them to visit D.C., Washington, D.C., right?
See, there's future content right there, yeah.
They did create, I mean, it's different. Creation Club content for Fallout 4.
Went to D.C.,
So we do have GNR right there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying GNR is a thing during this time.
Right, way back.
But I'm just saying the desire is there. It is there. It is. So I don't know. What the heck do I know? I'm just a guy who makes videos.
It would sure be neat to go back and see it at this time period. I would love to go back and see Washington, D.C. I said that when the game came out. That would be so neat. And it's so close to West Virginia.
Would Megaton be around? I don't think so.
Probably not yet, or it might be just starting, maybe just a little bitty settlement. Because, I mean, this is just right after the war.
Like 20 years.
Yeah, just right after
20
the
years.
war.
That's incredible. See, that's one of the cool things. We got to see the universe 20 years or so after the war.
Yeah, and we've
been cool, and no one ever brings that up.
No, it's awesome.
How cool is that?
Yeah, we're getting to learn the lore. Fallout 76 is one of the best, and I've been, taken to task on this, but it's so true. it is so lore heavy when you get into the lore itself. There's so much lore to learn about the Fallout universe in Fallout 76. It's so great.
Yeah. And to say they can't change the lore, if they own it. So
well, they haven't changed anything. They've added to it.
But if they wanted
they've
to,
explained
they
a lot. Well,
yeah.
Joe, can you believe it? We're out of time, but
no,
yes,
already?
I know, and this was such a great subject, but Wastelanders is literally days away. I hope you guys are as excited as me and Joe are, and we are going to give it an honest chance. Of course, I'm going to review it, but I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be looking through it with rose-colored glasses. Of course, I've already played it, so I know what I think about it, but just know when you see some of the reviews out there what people are already saying about it and how they are going into it. It's really a shame. It's really sad. But we know what their motives are, I guess. Joe, do you have anything left to say before we get off here today?
No, just thank you for having me. I love talking games with you, just life in general too. I appreciate it, and thank you for your subscribers for tolerating me and just for having me.
Oh, absolutely. If you haven't subscribed to Joe already, go do that. You go give him some love and some support. Go watch all of his videos 3 times and subscribe to him.
3 times each, people.
3 times each, and like them and comment on all of them. And we appreciate you being right here on the Bethesda Brothers podcast. And we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.